As November's chill settles over Britain, another tradition lights up the season: British pantomime. This is no ordinary theater. Pantomime is a riot of fairy tales, slapstick, pop songs, and audience shouts, where the rules are gleefully tossed aside. Generations gather to boo the villain, laugh at cheeky jokes, and become part of the show itself. Familiar stories like Cinderella or Aladdin provide a backdrop for mayhem, gags, and direct performer-audience connection. The rituals, "Oh no, it isn't," and "He's behind you," turn strangers into a single boisterous chorus. Each performance is unique, feeding off the crowd's energy and making everyone a participant. Pantomime is a celebration of absurdity, joy, and togetherness, a much-needed escape into pure fun. Its enduring popularity proves that laughter and shared stories are at the heart of the British festive spirit. To understand pantomime, we travel to 16th century Italy and the lively world of Commedia dell'arte. Here, traveling troupes improvised wild physical comedies in public squares, using stock characters like the lovesick innamorati, greedy Pantalone, and the clever Harlequin. Harlequin, the acrobatic trickster, used slapstick props and dazzling stunts to outwit his masters, delighting audiences with broad, accessible humor. These shows relied on physical comedy, lazzi, and audience-tailored jokes, making each performance fresh and local. As Italian troupes toured Europe, their style captivated English audiences and inspired local theater makers. English playwrights borrowed these colorful characters and comic routines, planting the seeds for a new British tradition. The slapstick, improvisation, and stock characters of Commedia became the foundation for what would become pantomime. Thus, a distinctly British entertainment began to take root. In the early 1700s, a theatrical revolution was brewing in London. At the heart of it was John Rich, a visionary showman who took inspiration from the Italian Commedia dell'arte and transformed it into a uniquely British phenomenon at Lincoln's Inn Fields Theatre. Rich saw the potential to captivate audiences with something entirely new, something that would blend tradition with innovation and spectacle. He created the Harlequinade, a dazzling show that began with a seemingly serious story only to erupt into magical chaos. Suddenly, the characters would transform before the audience's eyes into the iconic figures of Harlequin, Columbine, Pantaloon, and Clown, each with their own distinct personalities and comic flair. The second half of the show was a whirlwind of wordless action, a riotous, acrobatic chase scene packed with slapstick humor, daring leaps, and dazzling stage effects that left audiences gasping and laughing in equal measure. Rich himself took center stage as Harlequin Lunn, astonishing crowds with his expressive mime and inventive physical comedy. His performances made slapstick not just a style, but a household term, and inspired countless imitators. These shows quickly became the hottest ticket in London, drawing crowds from all walks of life. The Harlequinade's blend of myth, magic, and mayhem was irresistible, and the city's theaters buzzed with excitement and anticipation. The formula, magical transformation, comic pursuit, and visual spectacle, dominated British theatre for more than a century, shaping the very nature of popular entertainment. Rich's true genius lay in refining the raw energy of street theatre for the indoor stage. He introduced elaborate stage machinery, clever scene changes, and technical marvels that elevated the experience to new heights. This was the true birth of English pantomime, a new art form that combined visual comedy, magical delight, and a sense of wonder that captivated audiences of all ages. Thanks to John Rich and his Harlequinade, the stage was set for pantomime's enduring popularity, a tradition that continues to enchant and entertain to this day. David Garrick, famed Drury Lane manager, helped make pantomime a Christmas staple, almost by accident. Though he dismissed pantomime as lowbrow, he couldn't ignore its box office power and began staging his own lavish productions. To protect his theater's serious drama, Garrick limited pantomime to the Christmas season, a move that turned it into a must-see holiday event. This clever scheduling concentrated demand, making pantomime an essential part of festive celebrations. What began as a business strategy forged an unbreakable link between pantomime and Christmas. Families flocked to theaters, cementing the tradition for generations. Garrick's attempt to contain pantomime only elevated it, giving it a special place in the national calendar. Today, pantomime and Christmas are inseparable in British culture. As the 1800s dawned, The silent Harlequin faded into the background, and a new star emerged on the pantomime stage, the clown, brought to life by the extraordinary Joseph Grimaldi. The world of theater was changing, and audiences were hungry for something fresh, lively, and relatable. Grimaldi's arrival marked a turning point, as he stepped into the spotlight and redefined what it meant to be a comic performer. Grimaldi transformed the clown from a minor, often overlooked character into the show's anarchic, talkative heart. He infused the role with energy, wit, and a sense of mischief that captivated audiences of all ages, making the clown the true centerpiece of the pantomime. With his instantly recognizable white face, bright red cheeks, and wild, colorful costumes, Grimaldi invented the modern clown's look and spirit. His expressive makeup and exaggerated gestures set a new standard for theatrical comedy, inspiring generations of performers. He brought sharp satire, catchy songs, and a unique brand of working-class humor to the stage, connecting with audiences through memorable catchphrases and direct address. Grimaldi's performances were filled with clever wordplay and physical comedy, making every show a lively, interactive experience. Grimaldi's clown was both silly and clever, constantly breaking the fourth wall and making the audience his co-conspirators in the fun. He blurred the line between performer and spectator, inviting everyone to join in the mischief and laughter. His popularity was so immense that Joey became shorthand for the clown itself, and his inventive routines soon overshadowed the old Harlequinade. Theaters across England clamored for Grimaldi's performances, and his influence spread far beyond London. The focus of pantomime shifted from silent spectacle to vocal, character-driven comedy, with dialogue, jokes, and larger-than-life personalities taking center stage. The clown's antics became the highlight of every show, drawing crowds eager for laughter and entertainment. Grimaldi's legacy paved the way for the next great pantomime icon, the Dame, who would soon join the clown as a beloved figure in British theater, bringing even more color and comedy to the stage. The clown's blend of chaos, warmth, and irrepressible spirit became the new soul of pantomime, forever changing the way audiences experienced comedy and storytelling in the theater. The Victorian era marked a turning point in the history of pantomime, transforming it from a simple, often improvised entertainment into the spectacular story-driven form we recognize today. Theaters became grander, and audiences flocked to see lavish productions that combined drama, comedy, and music in ways never seen before. The Theatres Act of 1843 was a game-changer, allowing all theaters to stage spoken drama. This new freedom let pantomime absorb the vibrant energy and humor of the booming music hall scene, blending witty dialogue, catchy songs, and topical jokes into its performances. The once silent Harlequinade gradually faded away, replaced by full-length fairy tales packed with memorable songs, slapstick comedy, and dazzling stage effects that delighted audiences of all ages. Productions grew ever more ambitious, featuring elaborate sets, ornate costumes, and magical transformations that turned the stage into a world of wonder and fantasy. It was during this era that the pantomime Dame truly came into her own. Perfected by the legendary Dan Leno, the Dame became a warm, funny, and larger-than-life mother figure, always played by a man in outrageous drag, delighting audiences with her quick wit and comic timing. The Dame quickly became the heart and soul of the show, leading raucous sing-alongs, sharing cheeky asides with the audience, and breaking the fourth wall to create a sense of joyful participation. Animal skin roles, such as the beloved pantomime horse or the mischievous cat, added even more fun and physical comedy, becoming audience favorites in their own right. The focus of pantomime shifted to enchanting fairy tale stories, now anchored by the Dame's comic presence and the lively interaction between cast and audience. The Victorian formula, with its blend of spectacle, humor, and audience participation, proved wildly successful, and its influence still shapes the magic of pantomime on British stages today. Pantomime's playful approach to gender is legendary, with the principal boy, a young woman as hero, and the Dame, a man in drag, at its core. The principal boy's swagger and the Dame's outrageous humor are central to the show's charm. The audience is always in on the joke, relishing the comic duality. These roles fuel pantomime's signature audience interaction. Call-and-response routines like, "Oh no, it isn't," and "He's behind you." Booing the villain, cheering the hero, and shouting warnings make the audience active participants. These traditions turn the theater into a joyful, chaotic playground. Pantomime's cross-dressing and cues are the heartbeat of its communal fun. Today, pantomime remains a vital, evolving part of British theatre, and a financial lifeline for many venues. Its magic lies in blending tradition with reinvention, fairy tales, slapstick, music, and direct audience address. Modern pantomimes face new challenges, from updating humor to addressing outdated stereotypes. Writers and directors are reimagining stories, giving princesses agency, diversifying casts, and reflecting contemporary values. These changes spark debate, but also keep pantomime relevant for new generations. The genre's ability to adapt is its greatest strength, mirroring society's shifts while keeping its anarchic spirit. Pantomime is not a relic, but a living, breathing art form. Its ongoing evolution ensures it remains a beloved festive tradition. British pantomime is a story of endless transformation, from Italian street theatre to today's festive extravaganza. It's introduced generations to live theatre, teaching that the stage is a place for participation, not just observation. The dame, the routines, and the audience shouts create a powerful sense of shared heritage. In a digital age, the communal joy of pantomime, shouting, singing, and laughing together, remains uniquely powerful. It supports local theaters and artists, blending tradition with topical jokes and modern twists. Pantomime's true magic is in breaking down barriers, turning audiences into a temporary family. As long as people crave laughter and togetherness, pantomime will adapt and thrive. Its legacy lives on in every echo of "He's Behind You" and every Christmas to come.